Hey folks, Jonathan here. Getting dark outside slowly, so it's time to get back on this go-kart. And I like. Okay, more about that later. Let me see. I think I'm gonna go ahead and bend up some more of this, and that way I can go ahead and get all that closed in. And I've had a few comments about a roll bar. The fact that everything was too sharp for a kid for a go-kart, a lot of stuff like that. When I'm done with this, you'll see there'll be nothing sharp on it. And first, second, don't think I need a roll bar. You got to remember that this is still geared and still going to be the same speed as a lawnmower. You know, we're not making it a fast go-kart, and he's just too young. And you know, later on, you know, we can pop this body off and change that rear pulley and, you know, completely change the speed of it. But until then, just like it was when it was a lawnmower. And you know, I can guarantee you that when I'm done with this, you will see that there will be no edges to get hurt on or anything like that. I'm also trying to pick up some Naugahyde at the Nauga farm, down where they raise the Naugas at. I'm hoping they can club a few red ones, and because I'm going to do this in satin black. We're going to probably put flames on it, and well, I'm sure I plan to put flames on it. And we're going to do the interior in red Naugahyde. I don't know how rare them red Naugas are, but hopefully they can round a few of them up. And let me see, you know, I think the back, everything's going to be fine on clearance with the battery and the gas tank and stuff like that. So I think we'll go ahead and do the sheet metal, get back on the sheet metal and see if we can get this finished up, and then maybe do a little steering work. I ordered some headlights, a few other little odds and ends, and I think it's going to look good, so we'll keep at it. Okay folks, jumping back and forth between getting all this welded in and fabricated and working on the steering, but I've got it all in. I've just got to finish welding across there, grind it. We've got some of it welded and ground, but I put the 1-inch square tubing inside across all the way, and that strengthens this up, and that way I've made one bushing to go on the steering. Now I'm going to actually mount this down here, and I'm going to try to make it where I can bolt it on and off. But then we're going to go above it. We're going to cut it, put a U-joint in it, and then we're going to make a piece to come off of here, and we're going to bring the steering wheel down some, just far enough where I know the steering wheel is going to clear the windshield. And I think we're going with an 8.5-inch steering wheel, so that's 4 1/4 on each side. So anyway, we're going to get to the steering here. I've got most, like I said, I've got most of the welding done, not all of it, but once all this is done, I'm looking forward to start bolting stuff on this thing. And like I said, I'm going to go satin black. And I know this looks like rust, but it's actually not rust. This is all paint. It's some kind of orange. See how it changes colors? It's some kind of orange paint. And let me see. Probably hit it with the thing. I might be able to see it. It goes right through it there, so we'll figure out what we're going to do on the body. It's kind of a rough paint, so you know, it's not a big deal either way, but like I said, we're probably just going to go with satin black. Here's the U-joint. I was going to use a 1/2-inch universal, you know, for a ratchet, but I found this, and I can't find a 1/2-inch universal. I don't use the universals very often, and I've got some 3/8 ones. I just didn't have a 1/2, but this will work good. It's got, you know, it's plenty small to put down in there, not be in the way of anything. So anyway, we'll get on that next and see if we can get this steering done. Okay, hopefully you can see what I've done here. Put one piece on straight here with a hole, and then I made a bushing and welded it to it, and now I can put a bolt through it, and it'll hold this bottom shaft. I didn't want to trust, you know, the original stuff holding it. So then we'll go above it and we'll cut it and we'll put our U-joint in, and then we'll get our steering where we need it. All right. Okay, here's something kind of funny. I'm making my bushings for the steering, and I'm using the Model T axle shaft. You can see it's broke. And we're trying to build a Model T, so we're going to have Model T parts on it either way. All right. Okay, folks, now that I've got that on and done, and I may end up pulling it back off and drilling it and putting a grease fitting in it, or just pre-greasing it or whatever, but I mean, I've got enough clearance in it that it's not gonna be an issue, really. What I'm trying to do now, I'm trying to decide what to do on the U-joint. If we put the U-joint down low, that's going to bring the whole shaft down and keep the steering wheel at a pretty much flat angle. But if we put it up high and we bring the steering down, it's going to put it at more of an up and down angle. So I've got to decide what I'm going to do there. I don't know which is best, but either way, I'll get it figured out here, and then we're going to make a mount to come off of here and go to this other bushing that I made for the top side, and we'll weld into it, and that'll be our upper bushing. So, all right, let me get this figured out, and I'll show you as I go. Okay, here's what we've got. Of course, we'll have to do a little dash work here, but that's probably going to get changed up anyway. It's really too thin to be holding what I want to hold anyway, so we'll probably just make a little dash. We'll figure that out. Anyway, we're not going to have to bring it real far, but our bushing will be right in there. We're going to go ahead and make the bracket that welds onto here. It'll be like a V-shaped bracket, and then probably make it out of 1/4 inch plate and cut it out so you know, it can slide over this, and then wherever we decide to put it, we'll weld it, and I think that's going to work out fine. And the joint's pretty good, little strong joint, shouldn't give any issues, and we've got that brace good, so we don't have to worry about it, and should work good. So I'll get a piece of cardboard and we'll get our template made for this, and I left extra length also so I can do my steering wheel and do my hub like I want to do it, so should work good. All right, let me get at making this piece here. Okay, folks, here's our bracket. I drilled a couple holes in it to lighten it up for race day, I guess. But anyway, that's the angle that we want, and it's going to put us off the steering wheel and should give us all, you know, a good amount of room. I've got a buddy that is supposed to come over tomorrow that has actually got a son that is basically, you know, the same age as Graydon, so we're going to be able to do a little bit of testing here. It's one of the reasons I wanted to get this done tonight, and we'll get some kind of a pad in there to sit on, and we're just going to do a little bit of measuring. But anyway, looking good. I think it's going to work out good. I've got, you know, like I said, some more welding and grinding to do, and hopefully we'll get time to go to the Nauga farm and see if we can find some red Naugas, get some hide off of. But anyway, appreciate everybody watching, and till next time, bye.